Exorcism 2024 opens with a dramatic scene on a film set where an actor rehearsing for a role as a priest tasked with exorcising a possessed girl encounters a horrifying and supernatural event. As he reads holy verses from the script, the lights flicker, the room shakes, and an unseen force violently attacks and kills him. This eerie prologue sets the tone for the film's exploration of demonic possession. The narrative shifts to Anthony, a former actor who fell into a downward spiral after the tragic death of his wife. His substance addiction severed his relationship with his daughter Lee, who now views him with disdain. After spending 2 years in a rehabilitation center, Anthony has achieved stability and is slowly re-entering the acting world. He is thrilled to land the role previously played by the actor who was killed on set, believing this opportunity will help him rebuild his life. Anthony seeks redemption by confessing his past mistakes at a church. He expresses his desire to mend his relationship with Lee and find peace for his deceased wife. Lee, struggling with her own lack of employment, agrees to become Anthony's personal assistant. Together they navigate the complexities of the film's production. On set, Lee befriends Blake, the lead actor, and begins to notice strange occurrences. When Blake and Lee pass by a location with 2 dormant robots, one of them begins to spark ominously upon seeing her. This unsettling event foreshadows the supernatural elements that will soon infiltrate their lives. During filming, Anthony's health begins to deteriorate. He experiences nosebleeds and an inability to perform his lines effectively, which frustrates the director. In a tense moment, the director advises Anthony to channel his personal pain into his performance, suggesting that his acting would improve if he connected more deeply with his suffering. Anthony's condition worsens as he discovers disturbing drawings of demons and a threatening note in his script. He finds an old crucifix in his drawer, which triggers painful flashbacks to his traumatic childhood at a convent where he was abused by a priest. These memories intensify his inner turmoil. Meanwhile, strange occurrences at home lead Lee to investigate. She hears unsettling noises, sees locked doors mysteriously open, and witnesses Anthony's erratic behavior. One night she finds Anthony in the basement exhibiting disturbing signs of possession, including white eyes and unusual behavior. Lee attempts to alert Anthony about the possible side effects of his medication, but he dismisses her concerns. As Anthony's acting deteriorates and his behavior becomes increasingly erratic, he lashes out during a rehearsal, causing damage and drawing the ire of the cast and crew. His outbursts and strange actions, including throwing a crucifix and hitting his head, suggest a deeper, more sinister influence. The director decides to replace Anthony, but the new actor falls victim to Anthony's violent outburst, leading to the cessation of the film's production. The film's narrative explores Anthony's possession in depth. Lee discovers that Anthony has become a vessel for the demon Moloch, a dark entity linked to his past trauma. When Lee records Anthony's strange behavior and shows it to a priest, the priest identifies Moloch as the possessing force. He advises Lee to return home and take precautions while he investigates further. As Anthony's condition deteriorates, his violent behavior escalates. He injures himself and causes chaos, leading Lee to fear for her safety. Anthony's outburst includes a disturbing display of supernatural strength and violence, leading to a confrontation between Lee and Anthony. In a dramatic turn, Anthony jumps out of a window but mysteriously vanishes instead of falling, heightening the film's supernatural tension. Lee and Blake seek help from the priest, who reveals that the demon Moloch can only be expelled from Anthony by confronting it at the site of the original possession, the film set. On the set, Lee finds a Bible and begins reading passages to counteract the demon's influence. However, the demon reveals its immunity to these verses, claiming it has heard them for centuries. As the demon attacks Lee, she uses a crucifix to weaken it temporarily. The priest, now possessed by the demon, engages in a final confrontation with Anthony. The demon switches hosts, taking control of the priest's body. This shift reveals that Anthony's childhood trauma, abuse at the convent, and the marking of a crucifix on his head created a vulnerability that Moloch exploited. In a climactic struggle, Anthony, armed with renewed faith and the crucifix, reads Bible verses with newfound conviction. His belief and resolve weaken the demon, which is ultimately expelled from the priest's body and after a harrowing battle is vanquished. The film concludes on a hopeful note as Anthony and Lee return to a semblance of normalcy. Anthony, now spiritually renewed, attends church regularly, and Lee documents their ordeal, planning to turn their story into a film. Their lives are marked by a sense of closure and redemption, signifying their recovery from the traumatic events they endured. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.